Hi everyone, in this video, I'm going to talk about one of the most effective ways to learn English, storytelling. Storytelling isn't just for children or entertainment. It's a powerful tool for learning languages. I learned English by listening to stories, and it made a huge difference in my language skills. When you hear stories, you get exposed to the natural flow of the language, new vocabulary, and proper sentence structure. Let me share with you how this method worked for me and give you some tips on how you can use storytelling to improve your English. First, start with simple stories. Children's books or fairy tales are great because they use basic vocabulary and simple grammar. As you get more comfortable, you can move on to more complex stories. This gradual increase helps you build your understanding and confidence. One tip is to listen to the same story multiple times. Repetition helps you catch details you might have missed the first time. When I started, I listened to audiobooks and podcasts that told stories. It was like having a personal language tutor available anytime. Listening to stories also improves your pronunciation and intonation because you hear how native speakers use the language. Don't worry if you don't understand everything at first. It's normal. The key is to keep listening and absorbing the language. Another advantage of storytelling is that it makes learning fun and engaging. You get immersed in the plot and characters. When you enjoy what you're listening to, you're more likely to stick with it and learn better. You can also try reading along while listening to the story. This helps connect spoken words with their written forms. I found that listening to stories while commuting or during free time was an effective way to incorporate English practice into my daily routine. Make it a habit to listen to at least one story every day. Consistency is key in language learning. Now, let's talk about some specific resources you can use for storytelling in English. There are many websites and apps that offer free audiobooks and podcasts designed for language learners. Some popular choices are Audible, LibriVox, and Storynory. They have a wide range of stories suitable for different levels. YouTube is also a fantastic place to find storytelling videos. Many channels specialize in storytelling for English learners. Remember to choose stories that interest you. This will keep you motivated to listen and learn more. Another technique is to create your own story recordings. Try telling simple stories in English and record yourself. This practice helps you improve your speaking skills and get more comfortable with using English. After recording, listen to your own story and compare it with a native speaker's version. You'll notice areas to improve. Joining a storytelling club or group can also be beneficial. It gives you the chance to practice speaking and listening in a supportive environment. Many online communities offer virtual storytelling sessions where you can participate from anywhere in the world. If you prefer reading, there are plenty of ebooks and online libraries where you can find stories to read in English. Pairing reading with listening to the same story can enhance your comprehension and retention of new words. Try to focus on the overall meaning of the story instead of getting stuck on every unfamiliar word. Use context clues and the flow of the story to understand the meaning of new vocabulary. A dictionary can be helpful, but try not to rely on it too much. The goal is to enjoy the story and learn naturally. As you progress, challenge yourself with stories that have more complex language and plots. This will help you advance your language skills and prepare you for real-world conversations. I hope these tips inspire you to start learning English through storytelling. It worked for me, and I'm sure it can work for you too. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more tips on learning English. Happy learning, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for joining me in this journey of learning English through storytelling. I hope these additional tips help you in your practice. Remember to stay curious and keep exploring the power of stories in language learning. See you in the next video. Now, let's dive deeper into how you can use storytelling to improve specific language skills. For instance, listening to stories can significantly enhance your listening comprehension. By focusing on how words are pronounced and connected in natural speech, you'll get better at understanding spoken English. To practice this, you can listen to stories with the transcript. Follow along as you listen, and then try to listen without looking at the text. This will train your ear to recognize words and phrases in different contexts, improving your overall comprehension. Another great exercise is to pause the story at certain points and predict what will happen next. This not only makes listening more engaging but also helps you think in English and understand narrative structures. It's a fun way to keep your mind active and involved. For speaking practice, you can use stories to work on your pronunciation and fluency. After listening to a story, try to repeat certain sentences or even the entire story. Focus on mimicking the intonation, rhythm, and stress patterns of the native speakers you hear. If you struggle with certain sounds, pause and practice those specific words or phrases. This targeted practice can help you sound more natural over time. Remember, the goal is to communicate clearly, so don't worry too much about perfection. Reading stories is another fantastic way to improve your vocabulary and grammar. Pay attention to how sentences are structured and how different tenses are used. When you encounter new words, try to guess their meaning from the context before looking them up. You can also create flashcards with new vocabulary from the stories you read. Write the word on one side and its meaning or an example sentence on the other. Reviewing these cards regularly will help reinforce your memory and expand your vocabulary. To enhance your writing skills, try rewriting parts of the stories you listen to or read. Change the ending, describe a scene in more detail, or write a diary entry from a character's perspective. This creative exercise helps you practice using new vocabulary and grammar in context. Storytelling also helps you understand cultural nuances and idiomatic expressions. Many stories reflect the culture they come from, giving you insights into different ways of life and thinking. This cultural understanding makes your language use more authentic and relatable. As you progress, try listening to or reading stories that are slightly above your current level. This challenge pushes you to learn new words and phrases while still being able to follow the general meaning. It's a great way to keep improving without getting overwhelmed. Don't forget to reflect on your learning journey. Take time to think about what strategies work best for you and what areas you need to improve. Storytelling is a flexible tool, so adapt it to fit your personal learning style and goals. Lastly, stay consistent and make storytelling a regular part of your routine. Whether it's listening to a story before bed, reading during lunch, or writing on weekends, consistency is key to language acquisition. Keep exploring new stories, and you'll continue to grow your English skills. Thank you for watching this video on storytelling and language learning. I hope these tips inspire you to use stories as a powerful tool in your English practice. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. Happy learning, and see you next time. I want to continue discussing how storytelling can improve your English skills. We'll explore more techniques and resources that you can use to make your learning process even more effective and enjoyable. One thing I realized early on is the importance of variety in storytelling. Listening to different types of stories exposes you to various accents, cultural references, and contexts. This broadens your understanding and makes you more adaptable to real-life conversations. For example, try listening to stories from different genres like mysteries, science fiction, or even biographies. Each genre introduces unique vocabulary and expressions. This can greatly expand your word bank and make your language usage more diverse. Another helpful tip is to engage with interactive stories. These are often found in apps or online platforms where you can make choices that affect the story's outcome. This kind of engagement keeps you actively thinking in English, improving your decision-making and comprehension skills. Storytelling doesn't have to be a solo activity. Find a language partner or join a group where you can listen and discuss stories together. Sharing your thoughts on a story helps deepen your understanding and provides different perspectives, enriching your learning experience. Don't forget to practice speaking by retelling stories you've heard. This reinforces your memory and boosts your confidence in using English. Start by summarizing the story in your own words, and then try to add more details as you get comfortable. You can also write your own stories. Writing is a fantastic way to practice constructing sentences and using new vocabulary. It also allows you to be creative with the language, which can make learning more enjoyable and personal. There are many online platforms where you can share your stories and get feedback from others. This not only improves your writing skills but also connects you with a community of learners who can support and motivate you. If you enjoy watching movies or TV series, you can use them as storytelling tools. Watch with subtitles in English to follow along with the dialogue. This helps improve your listening skills and understand how sentences are formed in everyday conversation. After watching, try to describe the plot or discuss your favorite scenes in English. This turns passive watching into an active learning activity, reinforcing what you've heard and helping you practice your speaking and writing skills. Another fun way to use storytelling is through games. Many language learning games incorporate stories and adventures that require you to solve problems or complete tasks using English. These games make learning exciting and can significantly enhance your vocabulary and grammar. Remember to set realistic goals for your storytelling practice. For instance, aim to listen to a short story every day or write a short paragraph about a story each week. These small, consistent steps will lead to noticeable improvements over time. Keep a journal of new words and phrases you learn from stories. Review them regularly and try to use them in your speaking or writing. This habit not only helps in retention but also integrates new vocabulary into your active language use. Finally, be patient with yourself. Language learning is a journey, and storytelling is a way to make that journey more interesting and enjoyable. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small, and keep pushing yourself to discover new stories and learn from them.